I haven't really done anything. They are the ones who really started this movement.
We have to completely reassess the way in which we're telling the
scientists. And why should I be suddenly teenagers as soon as when no one was never to save their future?
I was like 6 years old when I first started public speaking around climate and environmental issues.
For me, it was really like animals and my connection with my cat.
When I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, I first learned about the climate crisis in school. My teachers told me about it, and we saw films and pictures of plastic in the ocean and extreme weather events and so on. And I think those pictures were just stuck in my head, and I thought that everything is just so wrong and there's no point in anything. When I was depressed, I didn't really see any point in living because we were going to die anyway. Also because I had several diagnoses and that was hard for me.
Obviously, I feel like it's just like uncertainty that you don't know what's going to happen.
I literally wake up in the morning and I just start like crying and I'm like, I will never be able to change anything and like we're all going to die and no one is listening.
It scares me that people are doing nothing.
But when it's been going on for a while and there's very little change to do something about that, it makes you think, do people care or are people active?
When I had depression, I just felt empty, and also since I stopped eating, I almost starved to death. I had many doctors coming and saying to me that I need to eat, otherwise I will die. I got to the children's psychology in Sweden. I don't remember much from that time. I think I'm trying to forget, so I can't really remember details, but I just remember it was dark. I got out of that depression by thinking to myself that I could do so much with my life. On August 20th, the last year, I woke up as usual, early, maybe 6 o'clock. Then I got dressed, had breakfast, and then I took my flyers, my sign, and I cooked some pasta to bring for lunch. It's called these things that spin.
The squiggly one.
The squiggly ones. Yeah. No, it was plain. I had some salt on it. It said, "Since you adults don't give a damn about my future, I won't either. I'm school striking for the climate." My dad was there because he was worried that some people would come and be aggressive. Afterwards, he made sure that I got home. The first day when I started school striking, I was all alone. The step from 1 to 2 is always the biggest step. So it felt incredible to know that people felt the same way as I did and that people cared about this and joined simply. That I was having an impact.
I think the scariest thing for me in the future would be the effects of climate change.
I'd say the political climate, the social climate, and literally the climate.
Everyone across the world is waking up and starting to see it.
We have hope because we can change it.
All these people seeming like they really, really care about what's going on.
That loads of people are here today, and
if there's more
loads
strikes, then that means there'll be more chance.
Because we can decide our own future. But as well as that, we kind of do need people in Parliament to listen to us.
I think it comes in we have to completely reassess the way in which we're telling the story, because I feel like the traditional narrative that we have used to talk about the climate movement has been very divisive. It has been passed through this lens of partisan politics, especially in the United States. It has been something that is focused on the problem in a way that disenfranchises hope and action.
In Colombia, there's a loophole in they have a First Amendment that says protests are allowed, but there's a loophole that police can go in and so they're literally risking their lives, and that just fills me with so much inspiration. And I'm just like, if they can do it, like, why can't I? Like, I have it so easy.
Tuvimos muchos momentos en los que la fuerza pública nos atacaba, nos lanzaban gases lacrimógenos. A uno de mis compañeros, los policías lo agarraron y lo golpearon. Inclusive había estudiantes que se cogían de los brazos y hacían líneas humanas para evitar que las tanquetas de la fuerza pública pasaran y lastimaran a las otras personas. Creo que eso fue algo que me inspiró.
We're not allowed to protest unless we have a permission from the government or like the police force of the area. So that's been a huge setback for us. Like the second march, we didn't get like permission to march at all. So we went to the board and we presented the IPCC report to them. They were finding excuses like, it's fine, like Mauritius is small enough to not care about its like greenhouse gas like emission, and Trump and China control climate change. And we don't have specialists in Mauritius, which is not true. Like, this is a lie.
Everyone has a responsibility. I can't really say anything to them that hasn't been said before. So it can't just come from an individual, especially not a child, without proper education. They need to listen to the scientists.
This crisis presents us with an opportunity to do a lot to define what the future of business looks like, what the future of standards we hold corporations to looks like. So all of this is what we get to decide as a generation. Yeah, I refer to it often as our climate crisis, because it is really a crisis, and I think we need to treat it as such.
I would rename climate change to climate crisis, climate emergency, or climate breakdown.
Like neglect or like abuse. It's not really changed.
It's not like a big name for it. Shit, disaster.
Doomsday.
There needs to be something slightly more urgent, something like emergency catastrophe.
The death of the planet. I mean, if you want to kind of put it more bluntly across.
Climate destruction, maybe.
Climate dying. Climate death.
It's also weird because it's like climate change is the result. It's not really the problem. The problem is a complete negligence of our power and a misuse and misdistribution of our power.
Stop being ignorant. Like, as much as you think the youth and the children, or kids as you call them, like, know what they're talking about.
Listen to us.
Find a real grassroots organization doing the real work, and then like become a monthly donor, even if it's just like $5-10 a month.
For example, becoming vegan for me was like kind of the big sacrifice. We really need like people from different, like backgrounds.
Start listening before it's too late, and start thinking about other people is like outside of your own little bubble.
And try to get involved as much as we are, because I know you lot are just on your sofa or working right now, but just you take your day off and you come.
We can't just choose to tell some facts and not others, because we don't want to upset people. What should we do otherwise? Should we spread false hope? We have to tell it like it is.
It's great talking to you. So farewell, and say hi to your cat for me.
Okay.
Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you too.